Well, greetings being. It's nice to see you again. I would like to talk today about tapping and when to use it, because it happens so often. I'm talking with people, with clients and students, and we talk about tapping all the time, and then it seems like we forget, and I do too, that it's such an incredible tool to be able to use all the time. All the time. So oftentimes I'm interacting with you guys and everybody, and I'll say, so what about tapping? What about tapping? And it's like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So I just wanted to bring that subject back up and give a few examples of how and where to use it, because again, it's just such a fantastic tool. It's just a tool, you know, but it's like when you go to your toolbox and there's a hammer and a screwdriver. Those are the things you use all the time. It's sort of, I see it on a par with those, that it's just a basic tool that can be used in so many different ways that can really, really help us move through junk. So, one example of when people are really anxious is when we have to have some sort of confrontation, right? I have to talk to this person about this thing, I have to talk to my spouse about something, I have to talk to my boss about something, to talk to my best friend about this whole thing that got messed up, whatever it is. You can use tapping in that sense, and for a lot of people, there'll be a level of anxiety that just starts to well up, and sometimes the feeling comes before you even really know what you're thinking about, and that's perfectly fine. That's exactly when to start using the tool. So maybe you're out and about and thinking about this call that you're going to make later in the day, or this conversation that's going to happen in 2 days, or whatever, and you feel something bubbling up. I mean, we could call it anxiety, and whatever it is for you and wherever you feel it. So you might start right there on the karate chop and just say, even though I'm feeling all this anxiety about this conversation, I love and accept myself completely. Even though I'm feeling all kinds of anxiety and worry about having this conversation, I choose to know that it will go well. Even though I'm having all this worry about having this conversation, I love and accept myself completely. And I'm giving examples of how to do this. Then it's like, oh, what if she just fires me? Or what if he doesn't want to be friends anymore? Or what if this causes a breakup? Or what if, whatever the thoughts are, and I can't know because we're talking hypothetically, but it's important to just tap on whatever those thoughts are. And if you start with just the feeling, the thoughts will come. Oh yeah, this is just, you know, it reminds me of when I was a kid, and if that's what starts to come up, reminds me of when I was a kid, or this is just like when blah, 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 you want to just keep tapping, having those thoughts, and giving voice to those thoughts. This is just like when I was in 2nd grade. This is just like when my mom yelled at me that time. This is just like da-da-da. This is where I got that belief about people will not like me. Whatever it is. It's just as the feeling even starts to come up, or before you pick up the phone, or if you're sitting in the car before the meeting, anywhere, anytime, do that, and it will reduce your anxiety on the spot. It really will. And when you can get to the point where then you imagine the conversation going, well, this won't be so bad. I know I've been nervous about it, but I can do this, and this is really good for me. I'm proud of myself for doing this, and this is going to be better for me after this conversation. I need to stand my ground here. You know, whatever the more positive things are, once the anxiety has been reduced. So another example is, you know, and this, we hear this all the time, I've certainly had this myself, when the bills come, right? And worries and doubts and anxieties about money. So what I think makes the most sense is what's going on that's ramping you up. If it's, oh my God, this bill, I just went to the post office and I got the bill and it's bumming me out because I know I don't have the money to pay this, and then I'm going to miss the payment, and then it's going to hurt my credit rating, and then blah blah blah, and this is so, and I'm so bummed out, and I'm right. So you're just right there. Now maybe in the post office isn't the exact time, or when you're at the mailbox at the end of your driveway, maybe not. But bring the bill back home, put it on your desk, sit down with it, do what you normally do. whatever the trigger is what you should use to start tapping. Even though I'm freaked out about receiving this bill right now because I don't have the money to pay it, I love and accept myself completely. Even though I'm completely freaked out about this bill and all the other ones, blah, 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 blah. You know, I'm so bummed out about this. I'm pissed off about this. I'm depressed about this. I'm frustrated about this. All this frustration, all this stress, all this experiencing of lack and limitation, all of the blah, 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 right? Whatever the thoughts are, all these feelings I have when I look at this bill. You don't have to know what they are. Whatever, you know, you just keep on going and keep on going and keep on going. And there's no set anything for any of this. We have to understand and know ourselves. But I would suggest, especially if it's a relatively new thing for you, to give yourself 15 minutes to sit and tap and keep tapping. And maybe you don't have words for a while. Just keep tapping because you're thinking it, even if the thoughts haven't come. Oh man, all this stress. Ugh. Just can't stand this. And then some new thought will come in. And again, with tapping, you've heard me say it all the time, follow where it takes you. But give yourself some time. What's another one? I know that certainly when people are confronting medical crises, right? And I've had a lot of that in my sphere lately, professionally, not personally. I'm fine, thank you. You know, that can just bring all sorts of anxieties to the fore. You know, I have to go and see the doctor or call the doctor at this time and get news and da-da-da-da-da, and then manage everything during the process. So tapping with regard to any of that stuff, and I'm not even talking about physical symptoms, I'm talking about the anxiety and the beliefs that start forming around medical conditions and dealing with doctors and nurses and reports and diagnoses and prognoses and medications. So it might be like, even though I just got this diagnosis, I love and accept myself completely. Even though I'm really nervous and confused about what this diagnosis means, I love and accept myself completely. Even though I have no idea what to make of this diagnosis and I am freaked out, I choose to know that everything is in order. What am I going to do? I don't know what to do. I'm really scared. I don't have anybody to call right now. I don't know what I should do. I don't know where to go. I don't know what my options are. I don't know how to deal with this anxiety. Right? There's no, if that's what you're thinking and that's what you're feeling, right then and there. If you are waiting to hear next Thursday from the doctor and you've got 8 days, even though I am beside myself with what to do during these 8 days, I love and accept myself completely 3 times. What am I going to do with all this waiting time? This waiting time is really going to freak me out. This waiting time is going to kill me. This waiting time is worse than any diagnosis that I could possibly get. I don't know what to do. My mind is racing. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't, right? And then you will feel everything sort of even out and smooth out and calm down. And then that new thought, well, that's right. I've always wanted to practice being present, and this is a great opportunity to practice being present. Here I am, right here, right now. I can't possibly know about all those other things. So what have I got right here, right now that I could be grateful for? Right? And now we're into it. And you tap through all of that, because tapping both taps out the negative, as you know, and it taps in the positive. So don't worry that, oh my God, I just, was doing negative and then a positive thing popped in and then a negative thing popped back in. That's okay too if you're in that mode. Well, I'm really, really nervous, but I know that I can just be present here. I have the skills to be present, and I know being present is really going to help. But I'm freaked out, and I got 8 days, and what am I going to do? Oh yeah, well, I have a lot to be grateful for in the meantime, right? So it's okay to bounce around betwixt and between quote-unquote negative and quote-unquote positive. That's okay. The tapping, people get afraid, and I know I've addressed this before, about giving voice to their fears and their doubts and their worries and their anxieties, but again, those things are all there. Those things are running the show. So if you give voice to them while you're tapping, you're not making it worse, you're actually making it better. You're actually helping it to leave. And then another thought to throw in there is even though I'm feeling all this stuff in, even though I'm feeling all this stuff in my body, I choose to let my body release it, or something like that, right? So thank you, body, for going ahead of me and releasing the doubt and the worry and the fear and the anxiety. Thank you, body. Thank you, every cell that's involved, for transmuting and transforming into vibrant physical health. Thank you. Thank you, body. You know more than I do about how to release my anxiety, my worry, my doubt. So your body, engage your body. I mean, we are engaging the body by the act of tapping, but engage it in terms of using the body to help you move through what you're moving through, because you know that you're feeling things in your body. That's what this is all about, right? The subconscious, all those old thoughts, doubts, worries, anxieties, fears live in the subconscious, and they get riled up. So the tapping just helps to let what is ready to go, and smooth out, and then just get ready for another round, because it's likely to happen again for a while. So that's it for today. I will see you again next week. Thanks so much. I just usually do peace, right? Now I'm kissing. It's like a combo of kissing and peace.